Hi, this is Miss Camp, and in this video, we are going to talk about how to make English sounds with our mouth. So let me share my iPad screen with you. Here you can see a green box, a red box, and a green box. These are like my green, red, and green squares. I use these to show how every word we say in English has sounds that we can put together and pull apart. I use the green for consonant sounds and the red for vowel sounds. Most words in English end with a consonant sound. This is different from Chinese words. Most Chinese words end with a vowel sound like e, oo, ah. But English words often end with a consonant sound. So for example, if we look at popcorn, the first part is popcorn, pop. Let's look at pop. Okay, this last sound right here is p, p. Now I am going to show you how to make the sound p. Okay, when we make the sound p, we put our lips together and then we're going to pop them apart and let the air come out. P, p, p. We do not want to make the sound pa, pa. That sound is actually two. Pa. There are two sounds when we say pa, pa. But the P only makes the first sound. If I ask you if you can sing the sound of the P, and you say, yes, pa, you are not singing the sound of the P. You are singing the which is a vowel sound. We can sing vowel sounds, but consonant sounds, we would have to keep doing it again and again. So at the end of the word pop, we do not want to say papa, papa. That actually becomes two syllables, papa, papa. And that would mess us up for writing. If we said papa and we tried to pull apart the sounds and think about what letters to make, we would have and that we would write it down. So when we make that consonant sound at the end of a word, we do not want to have that at the end of the consonant sound. Let me show you my iPad screen again. Let's look at the football, football. Let's look at the word foot. In the word foot, we have at the beginning, and then we have and then we have t. So let's look at this consonant sound at the end of foot. Okay, we are going to make the sound of the T. We are not making the sound ta. We do not want to say foota, foota, football, football. No, we want to say foot. So when we make the sound of the T, we say t. We do not say ta, because that would be two sounds. T, ta. So when we say football, football, at the end of foot, we just let the air pop out of our mouth. We cannot sing this sound of the T. If we do, if we go ta, we're singing the not the t. If we wanted to sing the sound of a T, it would sound like it's just the sound comes out. With the sound of the T, our voice box is off. If we turn our voice box on, D, it turns into the D. So the T and the D, our mouth does the same thing. Our voice box is off for T, and our voice box is on for D, D. Let's see if we can find a picture that ends with the consonant sound of the D, D. Okay, here is a picture of a bed, B, E, D, bed. If we pull apart the sounds of bed, we have B, E, D. Then we can push them together, B, E, D, bed, bed. Let's see what the sounds look like in this word. B, B, E, D, D. Let's look at the consonant at the end of the word, bed. Okay, let's think about how to make the sound of the D at the end of the word bed. D, D, D. This is just like the sound of the T, but we turn our voice box on. D, D, D. I can feel it on my throat, in my voice box. I can feel it on my hand. D, D, D. In the word bed, we do not say bedda, bedda. With the letter D, we do not say duh. That would be d, duh. We don't want to make the sound We just want to make the sound d, d, d. We let that sound pop out of our mouth. If we try to sing the sound of the D, it would sound like this. It would not sound like duh, because then we're only singing the That is a vowel sound. That is not the sound of the D, D. So in the word bed, we do not want to say bedda. We want to say bed, bed, bed. Okay, let's look at a picture of a backpack, backpack. Let's see how we would pull this apart into sounds. Back, b, a, k. At the end of the word back is the consonant sound of the K. And the same thing with the word pack. We can do both of these. Pack would be pack, backpack. We do not want to say backa-packa. So let's think about how we can say the sound of the letter K. The sound of K says K. We do not want to say ka, because then our word would be backa-packa, which actually has 4 syllables. We only want the word to be backpack, backpack. So when we make the sound of the K, we just are letting the air come out of our mouth. We cannot sing the sound of K. We cannot say ka, because that is k, ka. And then we would be singing that's the vowel sound. So with the K, it would be k. With the sound of K, our voice box is off. If we turn the voice box on, it will sound like this, g. That is the sound of the G. So the sound of K, k, and G, g, are the same for our mouth. We only turn our voice box on and off to be different. K, g, k, g, back, pack. Here is a dog, dog, dog. Let's think about what sounds we hear in the word dog when we pull the sounds apart. Dog, d, a, g, d, a, g, d, a, g. Let's look at this last consonant. D, ah, g, g, g. We do not want to say g, dog. That becomes 2 syllables, dog. We want it to say dog, dog, dog. G, g. The sound of the G. We do not want to say g. That would be g, g. We cannot sing the sound of the G. If we do, if we say g, we are singing the not the g. We are singing the vowel sound. If we want to sing the G, we cannot do it. It would be g, 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 g. At the end of the word dog, we want to hear the G, g, but we don't want to sound like dog, dog, dog. So we only hear it a little, dog, dog, right? I'm not saying da, da, da. There is a sound at the end, g, but I am not saying it really strong, like dog, dog, because then we hear that after it. We don't want to hear the air coming out, the just the g, 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 dog, dog, dog. Here is a picture of the moon, moon, moon. Let's think about the sounds that we hear in the word moon. Our lips are closed. Ooh. Let's think about the consonant N. When we make the sound of the M, our lips are closed. But when we make the sound of the N, our tongue goes up to the top of our mouth behind our teeth. So you cannot see my tongue. It's behind my teeth. And I am pushing it on the top of my mouth. So if this is my mouth, my tongue, and here's my teeth, my tongue is pushing at the top of my mouth, behind my teeth. We do not say na, na. We just make the sound. So when we make the word moon, it's ooh, moo. Now, at the end of saying ooh, these 2 parts, ooh, moo, our mouth is like this, ooh, moo. Then we need to do the N sound, and our mouth changes to so it's moo. Our mouth needs to change. Moon, 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 moon. Our mouth needs to change between the vowel sound oo and the N. Moon, moon, moon. We do not say moona, just moon. This is a butterfly, 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 butterfly. The second part of butterfly, butterfly, fly, has a blend at the beginning of it. Let me show that to you. Fly ends with a vowel sound. So at the beginning of fly, we have 2 consonants, fly. I want to talk about these 2 consonants. When we have 2 consonants together, we call that a blend. And we need to make the sound of the F and the L. So we are going to start out by saying just the sound of the F. And then the sound of the L. And then when we put them together, fl, 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 fl. Okay, to make a blend, first we look at each consonant sound together. It's like fl, fl, fl. The sound of the F is, we put our teeth on our lip and blow. Our voice box is off. The sound of the L, to make it by itself is a little bit hard. Usually, to make the sound of the L, we like to say la, 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 li, la, la. We can do it with the vowels. La, la, li, la, la. It's easier to make the sound of the L when our tongue is flicking out of our mouth. If this is my mouth, and here's my teeth, my tongue is going up to the top of my mouth and it's bending backwards and it's getting ready to go flick. So it's up here, bending backwards at the top of my mouth. La, la, la. It wants to come out, flick it out. La. But if we have an L at the end of a word, like bell or sail, then we are ending the word with the sound of the L. We don't want to say bella or saila. So we have to make that L at the end of the word without letting the tongue flick out of the mouth. So we end the word with our tongue at the top of our mouth, bending backwards, getting ready to come out, but we don't let it come out. So it would be sail, bell. And so the tongue is at the top of the mouth, bending backwards, getting ready to go sail, la, 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 la. So it's behind the teeth, but it's bending back, getting ready to go sail, bell. So when we make the sound of the L by itself, we don't say la. We just go So if I want to do a blend with an F and an L, I have but when I want us to hear how the blend sounds, we're not going to have that FL blend at the end of the word. There will always be a vowel after it. So it's okay for us to make a vowel sound after it when we are practicing how to make the sound of the blend. So we can have that little vowel sound at the end when we are practicing how to say the blend. So we have fla, fla, fla. Here's the F part, and then comes the L, la, fla, fla. So our mouth has to move quickly. Our tongue has to move quickly from, and then la, fla, fla, fly, fly. We're going to be doing another blend with PL. Let's look at that right now. Pla. Here's the P, not pa. And then the L, pla, pla, pla. So we do it quickly. Pla, pla. We don't want to say pa, because then we'd have pala. And our blend is not pala. It's pla, 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 pla. And we will see a picture of a plane, an airplane. Here is the picture of the airplane, airplane, plane, pla, a, In plane, we have the blend, so this is a blend of two consonants, pla, pla. And then we have a long A sound, and at the end is the sound And there is a silent E at the end, which we're not going to hear, so I will cross it out. Pla, a, a long A sound. Pla, a, plane, plane. We want to make sure that we're not saying palena, right? We don't want the P to be pa, and we don't want the N to be na, because then we would have palena. That's not the word. It's plane. The blend is pla, 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 play, play, And at the end of this word, our tongue is at the top of our mouth, pushing on the top of the mouth, right behind the teeth. Plane, plane. This is a picture of a computer called a laptop. Laptop. Let's look at the sounds in laptop. lap, 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 la, lap. We do not want to say lap, just lap. And then the second part of this word is top. Top. We do not want to say top, just top. Top. Let's practice laptop, 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 laptop. In the word lap, we do not want to say la, no. We keep our tongue up at the top of our mouth and we're getting ready to make a vowel sound, la, la, not pa, lap, lap, lap. And for top, we have t, we don't want to say ta, up, ta, top, not toppa, just top, laptop, laptop. This is a cupcake, cupcake. There's two parts to this word, cupcake. Let's look at cup. Cup. And then cake. Cake. Cupcake. We do not want to say cupcake, just cupcake, cupcake. This is a house for a dog. We call it a dog house, dog house. Dog has three sounds, d, g. D, da, dog, 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 d, g, dog. We do not want to say dogga, just dog, dog. And the second part is house, house. Ow. Let's talk about how to make the sound of the S. The sound of the S is when we put our top teeth and our bottom teeth together and we let air come out. And our voice box is off. If we turn our voice box on, it becomes the sound of the Z. The sound of the S, we let our voice box be off and the air comes out. So in the word house, we have the very quiet sound, the H. Ow, house, 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 house. This is a notebook. Like here is my notebook, notebook. There are two words, notebook, notebook. Let's look at note. O, 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 no, no, note. We do not want to say nota, just note. And in the word book, we have b at the beginning. B is just like the p, right? The P says p and the B says b. The P, the voice box is off, like pop, pop. But with B, the voice box is on. B, 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 k, b, k, book, book. We do not want to say booka, just book, note, book, notebook. Here is a snowman. Snowman, snowman, snow. Let's look at the word snow. Snow ends with a vowel sound. So we have a blend at the beginning of two consonants, snow, sn, sn. And then we're going to have the long O sound. O, sn, O, snow, snow. Let's look at the blend of SN. We have an S and an N. The S says, and the N says, but when we are practicing a blend, we are not going to put the SN at the end of the word. We will have a vowel sound after it. So to hear what the blend sounds like, we can use that vowel sound after the blend to help us hear it. So we have that's S by itself, that is N by itself, and then together we will add the okay, sn, sn, sn. When I say sn, that's actually three sounds, right? So I am adding the to help us hear what the blend sounds like. Sn, sn. So you can't see my mouth doing too much because the teeth are together for that. But I open them for the N and put my tongue up at the top of my mouth. Sn, 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 snow, snow, snowman. Man, man. The sound of the short A, it changes a little bit before the letter N. In words that have A-N at the end, and there's an N right after the A, that sound of that it changes just a little bit because when I say the word man, I don't go man, because that's a little bit too hard for our mouth to do. So even though we say the A says in the word man, I'm not saying man, because we have to go from the to the Our tongue is busy. When we say the sound A, and then the N, to say it quickly, it ends up sounding like man, man. So the instead of saying it's man, 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 man. So the sound we make with the short A, kind of depends on what letter comes next. And we don't really have to think about it because our mouth is kind of the sound that comes out when our mouth is going from one sound to the next sound. And when we go from the to the it just ends up sounding like man, 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 man. But when we make like apple, it'll be more the apple, apple. This is a toothbrush, toothbrush, toothbrush. Let's look at these two words that we put together to make toothbrush, toothbrush. Tooth, tooth, tooth. At the end of the word tooth, we are making the sound of the TH. Let's look at that sound. To make the TH sound, we stick our tongue out between our teeth. Top teeth, top teeth, bottom teeth. We stick our tongue out and we put our top teeth on our tongue. And then we blow the air. So make sure that you stick your tongue out to make the sound of the TH. This is different from the sound of the F. That's when we put our teeth on our lip. For the sound of the TH, we put our tongue out. We bite our tongue. With the TH, we can make two sounds, one with our voice box off and one with our voice box on. Off, on. In the word tooth, our voice box is off. Tooth. The other part of toothbrush is the brush. Brush. In the word brush, we are going to have a blend at the beginning. Br, a B and an R. B, b, But remember, when we are practicing how to say a blend and we put these two sounds together, we will add that vowel sound after it to help us hear how the blend sounds. A lot of blends end with an L, like pla or pla, or an R, like br, gr, dr. And when the blend ends with an L or an R, if we want to practice it to hear how it sounds, it helps us to add that vowel sound after it, because the blends that end with L and R are not going to be at the end of a word. And when we are practicing with and it's a little bit hard to hear how they sound in the blend if we don't add the vowel sound after it. So for the BR, B, that's by itself, B, that's by itself, B, and then together, br, 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 b, b, br, 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 br. So let's take a look at the word. For the word brush, we have the blend at the beginning of the B and the R, two consonants, b, br. Then we have the short U, and then we have the sound of the SH at the end, which is sh. We put our teeth together. Br, brush, 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 toothbrush, toothbrush, toothbrush. Here is a frog, frog, frog. There is a blend at the beginning of frog. There's an F, fr. There's an R, fr, g. This word, like dog, ends with a consonant, g. We do not want to say g, frog, only frog, frog, frog. We're not saying frog. We're making a little sound at the end, g, frog, frog, not frog, frog, frog. But let's look at the blend. We have two consonants, Let's put them together. Fr, 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 frog. Let's practice saying the names of these animals. Bird, b, d, b, bird, bird, bird. Dog, dog, d, g, d, dog, dog, dog. This has a blend at the beginning. Fr, fr, frog, frog. Cow, cow. Cat, 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 cat. Horse, 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 horse. Mouse, ow, ow, mouse, mouse. Pig, 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 pig. This is a picture of a toolbox. It is a box for tools. toolbox, toolbox. Let's look at these two words that make toolbox. Tool, 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 the L is the last sound in tool, tool. So we do not say la. We do not say tula. It's tool. And then we have box. B, a, x. Now an X is an interesting consonant because it is really a blend of two consonants together that go at the end of a word. It is a blend of the k, b, a, k. So I can put those two sounds right here. B, a, k, k. This is a blend at the end of the word. Let's practice it. So the X is a k, k, not kasa. Take some practice to put these two sounds together. Box, box, box. We do not say bakasa. Box, box, box. Toolbox. It's not toolaboxa. It's toolbox. Tool. The L stays, the tongue stays on the top of my mouth at the end of tool, and then I move to box. Toolbox. Toolbox. Okay, I will say each of these words that we have been practicing. Butterfly, butterfly, fluff, fluff, fly, butterfly. Airplane, airplane, air, fluff, fluff, plane, airplane. Popcorn, 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 popcorn. Rainbow, rainbow, rain, bow, bow, rainbow, 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 rainbow. Sailboat, 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 sailboat. Football, football, football. Backpack, backpack. Laptop, 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 laptop. Cupcake, cupcake. Dog house, dog house. Dog. House, dog house. Highway, highway. Notebook, notebook. Toolbox, toolbox. This has a blend at the beginning. Snowman, 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 snowman. This has a blend at the beginning of brush, brush, brush. Toothbrush, toothbrush. Make sure you stick your tongue out of your mouth to say toothbrush, toothbrush. Rowboat, rowboat. Row, boat, rowboat. Boots, One boot is boot, boot. But two boots, we put an S on the end. Boot, 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 boot. It's a little hard to blend the T and the S at the end. Boots. But we do not say bootasa, bootasa. It's boots, boots, boots. It's different from boot, and it's different from boots. It's boots, 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 boots. Shirt, 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 shirt. Shoes, 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 shoes. Shorts, 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 shorts. This is close to the word shirt, but shirt is ert, and this is ort, short. It's a little harder to say or. Shorts has an SH at the beginning, and then it has or in the middle. And then it has T and then an S at the end. Shorts, 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 shorts. It's a little bit easier to say shirt. It has an IR in the middle that says and then a T. Sure, shirt, shirt. But when we make the OR sound, our mouth has to move a little bit. Or. When we say our mouth does not move. Sure. But with OR, it does move. Or, shorts, shorts. This has a blend at the beginning. It's the blend of the DR. Dress. Dress. Socks. This has the sound of an X at the end. Socks. Hat. Scarf has a blend at the beginning. R and an F at the end. Scarf. Nest has a blend at the end. And then the blend is the consonants S and T. Nest, nest. Here's our blend at the end. Nest. Map. 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 This is a van. Van. Map. Van. You can see that the short A sound is a little bit different if there's a P at the end. Map. Van. Here the A says map. And here the A says van. B. Net. Net. Get that. Pen. This is a pen. 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 And moon. Moon. That was some hard work today. It is fun to learn to speak English and to learn how to make the sounds of the letters in the words in English. Thanks for your hard work today. Bye.